Life is a complex journey, filled with crossroads, uncertainties, and the haunting question that never seems to leave us: what should I do with my life? It's a question that appears in the quiet hours, in moments of loss, in times of triumph, and perhaps most of all, in the seemingly mundane days that stretch into months and years. To guide your life wisely is not a trivial matter. It's not about following a simple formula or waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about wrestling with the structure of existence itself. You must begin by taking seriously the notion that your life has meaning. That isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. The idea that your life matters should not be an afterthought. It must be the foundation of every decision you make. If your existence carries no weight, then why would any choice matter? But if it does, then everything you do is loaded with consequence and significance. That responsibility, though daunting, is the beginning of wisdom. And once you accept the premise that your life is meaningful, then the next step is brutally honest self-reflection. You need to know who you are, not who you pretend to be, not who you wish you were, but who you actually are. And that is a terrifying process. Because to see yourself clearly is to admit your faults, your cowardice, your laziness, and your potential. It is to realize that much of your suffering may be self-inflicted, and that you have more power over your destiny than you've dared to admit. You must observe yourself like a scientist, not a judge. Watch your thoughts. Pay attention to what you do when no one's looking. Notice what excites you, what repulses you, what drains your energy, and what enlivens your soul. The data you gather in those silent observations is invaluable. And only through that honest inventory can you begin to discern the kind of life that is worth living for you, not for someone else, not for society's expectations, but for you, rooted in truth. From there, your path must align with responsibility, not merely with preference. Preference is fleeting, responsibility is enduring. Ask yourself, what could I do if I really tried that would make my life and the lives of those around me a little better? That question is a compass. It will not lead you toward comfort, but it will lead you toward meaning, and meaning is what sustains you when pleasure evaporates and hardship strikes, as it inevitably will. To guide your life wisely, you must be oriented toward the highest possible good you can conceive of. That doesn't mean you will reach it, but it means you'll be moving in the right direction. In a world as chaotic as ours, aiming high isn't naive, it's essential. If you don't aim high, you will drift, and drifting is dangerous. It's not neutral. You drift into bitterness, into resentment, into addiction, into nihilism. And the tragedy of it all is that you may not even notice until it's too late. The best path is not the easiest one. In fact, it's often the hardest. But paradoxically, the hard path is what gives you the strength to carry the weight of your own existence. And that is the trade. You exchange ease for capacity. You give up comfort for competence. And as you grow in strength, you become capable of confronting chaos rather than being consumed by it. And you will be tested. Every meaningful decision requires sacrifice. Every path forward requires the death of other possibilities. That's the cost of choice. You can't have everything, but you can have something significant if you're willing to let go of all the things that aren't serving you. Clarity requires elimination. The more you try to hold on to, the more you dilute your impact. You will need courage. Courage to fail, courage to be disliked, courage to start again when the plan falls apart, because it will. And that's not a reason to quit, it's a reason to adapt. Life isn't about control. It's about orientation. If you're pointed in the right direction, even a stumble is a step forward. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is progression toward who you could become if only you dared to try. And don't fall into the trap of thinking you have to figure everything out in one go. That's a recipe for paralysis. You don't need certainty, you need movement. A small, honest step today is worth more than 100 ideal plans tomorrow. And as you move forward, the path begins to reveal itself. Life meets you halfway, but it won't walk the road for you. Surround yourself with truth tellers, not comfort givers. Seek mentors who challenge you. Read books that unsettle you. Have conversations that stretch your thinking. Comfort is a seductive prison. Growth often feels like pain, but it is actually a signal that you're moving towards something worthwhile. Ultimately, guiding your life comes down to this: commit to something noble. Give yourself to a cause that transcends your ego. When you live only for yourself, you shrink. When you live for something beyond yourself, you expand. Your resilience deepens. Your purpose crystallizes. Your days become infused with direction. And remember, this isn't a one-time decision, it's a continual recalibration, a daily choice to rise above chaos and become who you were meant to be. No one else can do it for you. But if you choose to do it, then you will discover something astonishing. The path you forge through fire and uncertainty will not only guide you, it will illuminate the way for others too. That is how you guide your life. Not with certainty, but with responsibility. Not with ease, but with courage. Not with perfection, but with relentless intention.